Hey, 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 what's up, world?
So we are at Little Talbot State Park. That's where we're camping this week.
All aboard! Yeah, this is pretty amazing. This is awesome. Pretty awesome. We took a little hike. Didn't know it was gonna be a hike. We thought we could just go straight down to the beach. Turned into be a little bit of a hike. Half mile, 3/4 mile hike, not bad. Very pretty trail, by the way. And we ended up here on this really smooth beach. Just gotta make love to the camera. Yeah, you can do it. Is that the sexy look? Yeah.
So a few miles outside of Little Talbot State Park, there's a place called Kingsley Plantation. So neither one of us have ever been there. It's supposed to be a lot of history. So that's what we're going to do today.
We are at the oldest plantation in Florida, the Kingsley Plantation, and we just left the visitor center. We picked up our self-guided tour. It's in the form of an iPod or iPhone. It consists of about 13 to 14 different stops. So hopefully we'll learn some history that we weren't aware of, and we're looking forward to it. So follow us along.
So the area behind me that you can see is a semicircle, and it was the slave quarters at Kingsley Plantation. So they built it at a semicircle to kind of keep a sense of community. They're actually really well constructed out of oyster shells, sand, and water. And as you can see, they withstood the test of time. This plantation was a little bit different than others that you hear about. It was back in the Spanish settler time, and the wife was actually a black lady from Cuba, and the husband was white, and they had children, and he had a total of 4 wives. She was the first wife, and she had her own slaves as well. But these slaves were not made to lose their accent or lose their language or lose their way of life. They just didn't have freedom. And the ones who did have their freedom, a lot of them stayed. And even the ones who didn't have their freedom, they actually kept them armed, which it was really rare for slaves to be armed. This plantation is different. Again, this is a much older plantation. But the stories here are pretty interesting. It's pretty amazing. Sorry for the echo. It's either this or massive wind outside.
A lot of history in this place. It's kind of heavy, you know, just to think about, you know, all the slavery that went on in the past and what the slaves had to endure. I don't know. It's kind of tough, you know, for me.
My big question was, how did the National Park Service come to own this place? There's really not a cut and dry story about it. The Kingsleys actually had to move back to Haiti. They ended up moving back to Haiti, and this place was bought by a family with the last name of Rollins. Between the time that they had it until it became a state park in 1953, there's not a lot of clear-cut history on how they had that. Whether the state inherited it or, you know, if there was past due taxes or whatever. There's just not a clear-cut story. What it comes down to is this place was not profitable without slaves. If they were paying workers, they were not making a profit. So the big trade here was cotton and indigo. So without people not being paid to take care of the gardens, they couldn't keep it afloat. In 1990 something is when the National Park Service
Took it from the state.
Mm-hmm. And turned it into a national park. There's a lot to see, a lot of history to take in. Again, it is heavy, but it's really interesting, and it's definitely worth a visit.
Yeah, for sure. It's this day and age now, I mean, they've really done a really great job of renovating the place. Mm-hmm. The land that it sits on is beautiful. There's like a marshy area right across from the plantation itself. I guess that's where most of the traffic would come through from boats, mm-hmm. Would have you to make deliveries. But yeah, definitely come visit this place. Great history here, a lot of history here. I don't think you'd be disappointed.
Oh no, I don't think so. And I think it's probably a good half day.
Easy. The tour itself, the self-guided tour is about an hour and a half. Pack your lunch. We packed our lunch. There's quite a few different areas that you can sit at, picnic tables. Scenery around here is beautiful, so you can definitely enjoy that while you eat.
And the audio tour was pretty neat. It was really neat to walk around to the different places and tell you a little bit about each place.
And it's free.
Yeah. All right, guys, we'll catch you later.
Peace.
Today we are headed to Budweiser in Jacksonville, Florida. They do a factory tour for $10 a piece. So in this factory tour, you get a souvenir glass and a free drink. So the self-guided tours are free, but we figured, well, we would probably purchase a drink anyway, so why not actually get a guided tour and pay the $10? So it's about 30 minutes from where we're staying at Little Talbot State Park. Today's really chilly and overcast, so going to the beach was kind of out of the question, or exploring more state and national parks around this area. We just kind of wanted to be warm.
We have 372 of these tanks. We have them on 5 floors. They're stacked on top of each other, which sounds like a tremendous amount of beer.
All right, guys, so for an extended version of the Budweiser factory tour, click right up here.
Or right up here.
We don't know where it's going to be.
Somewhere. Here?
No.
Over
Here
there?
or here.
Maybe over here.
No, I just don't know. All right, so it has been an eventful morning. We were going to go on a boat ride that left at 10, but even at 10, it would have been 47 degrees. So the Keurig caught on fire this morning. That was interesting. Of course, I thought, grab the fire extinguisher and stayed cool, calm, and collected as usual.
As usual.
As usual. And just unplugged it, picked it up, and brought it outside. Keurig is sending us a replacement immediately, so that's cool. Split my pants this morning. That was really interesting. So we are going to run around Fernandina Beach Historic District today. We're on our way to a Cuban restaurant right now, have some lunch, and then we're going to go over to Fort Clinch and explore the fort.
That is a breakfast empanada with Swiss cheese, ham, and egg. And it's delicious.
What do you got there?
Cuban coffee, 2 shots, and a little bit of steamed milk.
You love it, don't you?
Delightful.
You're going to be one energetic guy.
I hope so. Hey guys.
This is take number 17.
No, take number 4.
So we are at Fort Clinch right now, Fort Clinch State Park. So this is the northernmost point of Amelia Island, and we are staying a couple islands below that on Little Talbot. So this is probably about a 30-minute drive from where we're staying, the campground that we're staying at, and about 10 minutes from the historic district of Amelia Island or Fernandina Beach. We just went and looked at the campground at Fort Clinch, and there's one part that's like close to the beach, and that, oh, fabulous. The other part, it was still really nice, but much shadier on the river.
Yeah, so if we're going to stay here, we're going to definitely try to stay at the one that's close to the beach, because there's literally a boardwalk that you can walk straight to the beach from the campsite. Pretty sweet.
Yes. So we're going to go explore
explore
the fort. This place is incredible.
Yeah, pretty darn sweet. Pretty darn sweet. It's almost like a maze in this place. It's
yeah.
But it's so
like
well
never
maintained.
Ending.
Yeah, never ending. But it's so well maintained, and it's just an incredible sight. It really is.
Yeah. So all day long we've been walking around this fort, not all day, like the last couple hours, and Ben keeps saying this is a really cool place, and I keep trying to get it.
This is a really cool place.
On camera, but every time I get him on camera, he just can't get it out.
I just did. It really is a cool place. This is a really cool place. You guys should really come check it out if you got a time. This is a really cool place.
Are you trying to photobomb me? So the cost for this state park is $6 per carload, and then once you get to the fort area, it's another $2.50 a person, which when you think about it really isn't all that bad, considering St. Augustine's fort is like $15 per person.
There's just so much to see in this This state park and this fort here, pretty amazing.
And this whole area, yeah, there's just endless amounts of stuff.
What's up, guys?
So what you see behind us is Brett's Waterway, I think is what it's called.
That is correct.
So we just had happy hour
If that's what you want to call it.
on the water. So we're about to watch the beautiful sunset. Looks like it's going to be an amazing sunset tonight.
Beautiful day. I think the high was what, 58 degrees?
Yeah, something like that. It really was a beautiful day. Blue skies all day long. After the sunset, we're going to go try to find some good dinner in the historic district of Fernandina Beach or Amelia Island. And then we will be out tomorrow.
That is correct.
Yeah, so last night, live it up, right? We actually thought about going to Florida's oldest saloon.
We did.
It's called the Palace.
It's old looking too, but it's
did-
really cool.
Yeah, we did walk into it today during the day when we were walking around. It did look really neat, but it's probably not a very good adult decision for either one of us.
I don't think so.
We don't have a lot of willpower.
I don't think so. Peace.